Well, Sturgis comes along at a particular moment in time that made him unique. The man running on a parallel track to Sturgis at that time and at the end of the 30s, beginning of the 40s, is Orson Welles. They have similar backgrounds. They're kind of mid-Atlantic, half their lives in Europe, half their lives in America, kind of appreciation of American simple values combined with a wry sophistication. Sturgis and Welles had not dissimilar careers. They kind of went up like rockets and exploded in beautiful colors and then seemed to fade, though it took a long time for both these talents to be dimmed entirely. Sturgis is also really responsible, and one can't understate this, with giving the writer power, allowing the writer to move to the director's chair. He was willing to do it for free. As Priscilla Wolfen says, who was a good friend of his, he wanted to be a prince of the blood, and that's what he felt a director was in Hollywood. And they were. They were kind of unique, godlike figures who walked the streets and sound stages and back lots of Hollywood with an enormous amount of power. They were virtually untouchable, and if you were commercially successful, you could do what you want. Some, like Sturgis and Welles, perhaps articulated too loudly their artistry, where a man like John Ford tended to dismiss it all as a job of work, which made him a lot more understandable to studio heads than an Orson Welles or a Preston Sturgis.
Naturally more sensitive to some things in life than some people. Some are blind to beauty.
Here's Noah.
You know their relationship immediately. And it's all these great duos in this movie. You got the executives in the beginning. You have his butlers, and you got these two. I love her with that duster. She's like barely doing anything. I can only imagine what the two sisters' lives are like together. But the duster there looks like part of her hair.
It brings up the problem of clothes for the young man.
It certainly does.
Do you think dear Joseph would mind if we gave him some of the clothes he has so little need for?
Just even, all you got to do is say, "Dear Joseph," and cut to that shot, and there he is in the dead man's outfit. Which I guess somebody might say foreshadows when we think he's dead later, but I'm not going to say that. Look at those kids, they're great. Just like the worst movie-going experience. This is every time at the Film Forum. Look at that guy. Again, it's just the casting. It's like these people don't have to say anything. It's just, I can only imagine what these people's lives are like. McCrea, again, just best reactions. He's wearing the dead husband's outfit, too, which is too small on him. Then you're wondering what they could be watching. Someone else would show the movie, and it would be much less satisfying than leaving it up to your imagination. And then you get these titles, which are... I'd love to see Swingo. Somebody should make Swingo.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't let the skeeters bite.
Yes, ma'am.
You're sure you have everything you want?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely sure?
Positive.
Oh, but your bed isn't open.
Oh, that's all right.
And again, this is great, is that this sequence has nothing to do with the rest of the movie. He's not even living, really, with people less fortunate. And still, it's just such an amusing, sort of diverting sequence.
No, ma'am.
Oh, you haven't any pigeons.
I never use them.
Oh, Joseph wore a nightgown.
Is that a fact?
Oh, yes. Well, I guess there's nothing else.
No, I guess not.
Oh, I'll let you know as soon as the bathroom is free. It's community.
Ah.
Well, good night.
Good night.
That's great. He locks himself in, and most movies would cut and just keep us inside with McCrea, but I love that we get this little bit with the sisters wanting him to stay. He can't get out. I love that he also changes back into his tramp outfit. Doesn't take dead Joseph's clothes. That tramp outfit, too, which looks right out of wardrobe. The stains, just so perfect. The whole hole in the elbow. Here she is just so prepared for him, batting her eyes. The music is like, this is the biggest threat he's had so far in the movie. I love how this is shot too, like he's escaping from prison. The tried and true movie escape is always tying the sheets to the bedpost. And what's great is that when he's in prison later, and this is the kind of thing you often see like in a comedy about like prison escape or something. This is not even, a possibility, but here it's sort of feel like Sturges sort of acknowledging sort of the traditional escape scene, and I love that he's got the actual little bandana tied around whatever's in there. Wonder what he would have taken. Change of underwear. The nail in the pants, it's sort of, just one of the many sort of genres in this movie is sort of playing the whole physical comedy, crazy escape. Right into the barrel. He gets wet a lot in this movie. Then we never see those women again. Something that Sturges gets away with, that those sequences that often get cut from other movies are really so much part of the fabric, I guess, of his stories. It's like the way he's hitchhiking there, too. It's like a dance.
Hey, could you give me a lift? I'm freezing to death.
This is still the same film, Sullivan's Travels, for those of you who had to leave the room. Still in black and white. For me, as a director who sometimes acts, Joel McCrea is the quintessential Everyman. Really was always a hero to me. He didn't really attain the stature maybe of Gary Cooper or Jimmy Stewart in the community, but to me he was always one of my favorites, and he just seemed absolutely to be telling the truth, and was never winking at anything.